How to pitch your offer so that you can stand out of competition. Hi guys, we are in Munich in Germany, and I came to the office of nobody else but Jonas Eisert to ask how to pitch your offer, because who would be the better person to ask than the founder of this awesome video explainer company, who is explaining exactly offers of various businesses, initially in Germany and now internationally. So, Jonas, can you tell us how to pitch? What's the structure? What's the best structure to present your offer in an understandable way?
Good question. Thanks for having me on the channel, Matt. So yeah, that's a very good question and also a very important one, because if you have an amazing offer and you really know that this can help a lot of people, there's one thing that you need to do, and this is make your target audience understand that your offer is amazing, because only if they believe it, they're going to buy from you, obviously. And what we do is we made more than 2,000 explainer videos by now, and all of these explainer videos are basically pitches packed or wrapped in an explainer video. Because basically what we do first is we write a pitch. We write a kind of a ad copy or like a text that is explaining the offer. For that, we're using a certain structure, and then we take this text and we wrap it into an explainer video, and the video is just the medium.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is the process? How should a person watching this video think about it? Let's say I offer something. I offer Facebook ads, I offer Google ads, I offer some kind of service. And how would they think about standing out from competition? How would they even think about pitching this offer? What's special about it? What's the framework?
Okay, so there's a framework, and the first and most important thing is the first few seconds of your pitch. Doesn't matter if it's a video or if it's a text or if it's a website, if it's maybe a brochure or whatever it is. The first few seconds are very, very important, because as you know, if you imagine you're scrolling to Facebook and you see a video, what do? You watch it for a few seconds and then you decide, should I keep scrolling or keep watching? So the first few seconds are really, really essential, and most companies make a mistake. They say something like, this is Tom and Tom has a problem. But obviously this is very boring. Like, why would you keep watching? It doesn't matter. Or even worse, it's like 5 seconds just showing the company logo or showing the office, which is very, very boring. And this is actually what you have done really well in the video that we are on right now. You started this by making a promise. You said how to pitch your offer. This is what we're going to talk about today. The first few seconds are very important. And because if you're still watching right now, then maybe you're still watching because the first few seconds were intriguing. So if you make a pitch, the beginning of the pitch, the beginning of the video has to be very on point. One option is to promise value, like how to pitch your offer. This is what we're going to tell you today. Another option is to ask a question. Did you know that 80% of entrepreneurs are not able to really pitch their offer properly? This is like a question. So this is an option. Or another thing is a pattern interrupt. For example, you could just in this video like jump up and say, pitch your offer. And this would like be a pattern interrupt, because imagine you scroll to Facebook and suddenly you're like, hey, what is this? And that's also one strategy that works. Here at Loft, we have 7 different strategies how to start the explainer video in a way that you get the attention and that you get the target audience to keep watching.
Okay, so now that I know this, I wish I would have started this video by saying how to pitch your offer. You're gonna find out from a person who makes 700,000 euros a month or something like that with explaining offers, right? So that would have been even better. But what are the 7 ways of explaining it? If you can share it, or if it's not a company secret.
It's not a company secret, but as I said already, like, let's not make this video like 3 hours, but as I said already, ask a question. That's always a good one. Pattern interrupt. That's the second. Promise value. Here is 3 smart ways how to avoid taxes, for example. And then another option would be to address the target audience. For example, let's say your target audience is people who own a dog, for example, right? So now if you address them, if you have a dog, then you know that ABC, right? That your dog is your best friend. Now, if you own a dog, you would keep watching because you're like, hey, I own a dog. I want to see what's happening here. If you don't own a dog, you will just keep scrolling because you're like, dog people. But those are not your target audience anyway. So this is not your ideal client. So if he's like, I don't have a dog, I don't care, it doesn't matter because he's not a potential client anyways.
Would you say this applies to both explainer video, but also to a landing page, but also to a content marketing and even to your elevator pitch?
Definitely, because it's basic marketing and sales psychology. And as I said, the explainer video is just the medium. It's just like the package, so to speak. The landing page is a medium, because what you want to do is communicate to your target audience, hey, this is my offer, I can help you, you should contact me. And everything you do in marketing, the landing page, the explainer video, the posts that you make on social media, the email marketing that you make, even the cold calling or the sales calls, all of this has the one goal, which is to explain to your target audience that your offer is amazing. And the psychology behind this is the same, just the packaging is different.
Okay, so this is step one, using one of the 7 ways of getting their attention.
Exactly.
What's the next step in the framework?
So the next thing that you don't want to do is talk about yourself. Do you know on parties, when imagine you go to a party and you meet this person, he's like, I'm the greatest. I want to talk about myself. Here's what I did in the past. Here's what I do for a living. You don't like these kind of people. Nobody does. And the same in marketing. Many companies make this mistake that they talk about themselves. Hey, we have 20 years of experience. We are a full service provider. We are the best. We are the greatest. But this is not what people want to hear. What they want to hear is that you talk about them and their problems. So the next step is talk about their problems, their situation. Like, hey, maybe you know this problem, you know the situation. And what you should do is you should be very precise and concrete. So you should not talk in high-level problems like, are you unsuccessful? Because unsuccessful can mean a lot of things. You want to make it very concrete. For example, do you know the feeling, Matt, when you come to your office on Monday morning? You really hope that there's some new leads in your inbox. You turn on your computer, you open your email program, and again, nothing. This hurts, right? You can imagine, you can really feel this situation. Maybe you have felt it before. I mean, you're very successful with your business, so maybe you don't know it so much, but the target audience, they know about this very specific situation. So instead of saying like abstract, like, hey, you're unsuccessful, you don't have enough clients, make it concrete, talk about the problem.
But how would you figure this out? How would you understand how they feel?
So you mean for me as an agency who's producing a video, for example, for you, or do you mean as a business owner?
Either way, either as a business owner, either as an agency, how can you think like them? How can you see through their eyes, feel through their emotions?
So what we do is we ask a lot of questions, and by now we have made more than 2,000 projects in every niche. We know all the target audiences, and we talk to our clients a lot. We ask them, what's the name of the clients? How old are your clients? Are they male or female, or is it like 50-50? What's their problems? What their situations? Why do they buy from you? So we ask a lot of questions to understand the target audience. But what you as a business owner should do is really talk to your target audience. And the most valuable thing that you can do is listen during sales calls. Because in a sales call, you're going to ask things and they're going to tell you things. And they're going to say, this is why I signed up for this consultation. This is the problem that I have. This is what I want to solve. And this is when you get very valuable information for your marketing. And what you should do is use exactly the things that they tell you. For example, if they say, it sucks as hell that I don't have new clients, use exactly this wording for your next pitch, for your next social media post. Do you also feel that it sucks as hell that you don't get enough clients? If you use really their words, then other people in the target audience also going to think like this. They're going to read it and they're going to be like, oh wow, yes, that's exactly me. This is how I feel. And they want to keep reading or keep listening or keep watching the video.
Okay, that's really understandable and actionable. Pretty straightforward. Listen to your sales calls, recordings, write down all the words, everything that they say, and use it. Okay, what is the next step in the framework?
Yeah. Now, you have their attention. They understand, yes, I have this problem. Now you want to show them the solution. So now you explain to them, what's your offer? How does it work? And again, you want to be as concrete as possible. You don't want to say, we help you to more success. We bring you more clients. You want to be very precise. What do you do for them? How does it work? So people can really, they need to have like this mental image in their head where they're like, that seems like it could actually work for me as well. They have to start believing in it. That's why explainer videos work so well, because they explain to you how the process is. And once you understand something, you believe it, right? If I tell you, hey, Matt, I can double your revenue. This is just a statement. You're like, yeah, sounds like a scam. But if I tell you step by step, look, here's what I would do. I would improve your website. I would change this in your Facebook ads. I would use this sales script. You do it like this, and that. That's the 6-step process. You would be like, that could actually work. It sounds like something that could work because you can understand it, you can believe in it. So that's very important. Be very precise with what you explain and how you explain it.
Got it. Okay, then I guess what you're saying is that this structure could work both for a video and landing page. So the landing page would go in the same way and the video would go in the same way. It's just that the video is a better and faster medium to show it.
You need both. You need both. I mean, you do need a website. You do need it. There's no other way, because everybody who ever considers working with you will always come to your website at some point. So you do need a website. But people hate reading texts, and video marketing is just the most powerful tool there is. And if your company has no video yet, then you really should start making one. I'm not saying you need to make an explainer video with us. I'm just saying you need to use video marketing if you have a lot of experience with being in front of the camera, if you're a trained actor, if you have some media training, then you can also sit in front of the camera yourself. It also works. But video marketing is really necessary.
Would you say that explainer video or a regular video as we're making right now is better in any way? Or
really both works, and both have advantages and disadvantages. The big advantage of your face in front of the camera is that people can see you, right, and build like a personal relationship. The big advantage of explainer video is that we can really draw everything with a small budget, meaning with a camera, like let's imagine you want to show a rocket that is flying to the moon because it's part of the story that you.
And it's an abstract idea oftentimes you're trying to explain.
Yes, like a metaphor or something. And like flying a rocket to the moon, how would you show that? Explosion. How would you show that? You need actors, you need lighting, you need a camera team. It's a lot of effort. So usually a high value explainer video is cheaper than a high value real camera made film. So with a really high production value film, like an advertisement like you see on TV, like a commercial would be probably like 50 to 100,000 pounds easily, or dollars. With an explainer video, you can be below 10,000 in the budget.
Mm-hmm. And so can you summarize the steps we have so far for those who are watching, just to have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of framework?
So far we have get their attention, explain them or show them their problem, show them a solution. But now we're not done yet, because what we have to do now is we have to build trust, and we have to, what I call, pre-handle objections. So handle objections before they even arise. Most sales coaches, they tell you, hey, you need to do objection handling. You need to isolate the objection and handle it, and have this like sales tricks, how to handle objections. But what's better is to address the objection in the marketing before they even get on the call with you. And what you can, for example, what we heard a lot in the past is, yeah, these explainer videos, they're too colorful, too cheesy, too childish. They're not serious enough for a B2B company like I am. That's what our target audience used to say in the past. So what we do now in our marketing is we already tell them, hey, look, an explainer video can also look like this, or it can look like this. It doesn't have to be colorful and cheesy. It can also be professional. So people see it and they have this objection somewhere in the back of their heads, and they're like, I didn't know that this is also possible. Now I'm actually interested, because like this, I could really see myself making an explainer video like that.
So you get those objections in the same way like you get those sales calls, things that they say, the exact words.
Listen to them, and whenever you hear an objection, there should be an alarm bell ringing in your head, because if somebody tells you that they have this objection, you know other people in the target audience will have the same. But many of them, maybe they didn't even come to the call or didn't even sign up because they have this objection, and they think that it doesn't even make sense for me because of reason A, B, C, so they don't even sign up. But imagine now in your marketing, you're addressing these objections, and suddenly more people will sign up. and also they will be warmer. So for example, here at Loft Film, we have 80% of people who do the strategy consultation with us also buy or like sign a contract and start working with us. 80%. Why? Because they already know about our process. They know that their objections, like we addressed them already and talked about them. They know how we work, what's the results that we can bring them. Most of them know that we are one of the biggest explainer video companies in the world, which builds a lot of trust, obviously. And yeah, basically, this is not only getting you more leads, but also warmer leads. So it's easier for your sales team to close them.
Got it. Okay, what's the next step in the framework then?
There's only one last step, and this is the call to action. And call to action means you should tell them what do they have to do next. And you should, again, be very precise. And you should tell them what they should do, how they should do it, and why they should do it. For example, we say, if you want to work with us, then sign up for our free strategy consultation now. That's the what. Why? Because in this free strategy consultation, we already create a free strategy for your video, like a concept for your video. And how? Just go to loftfilm.com, fill in the questionnaire, and book your time. So now you have a very precise instruction how you can work with us. You should book a strategy consultation because we make a free concept for your film. Go to loftfilm.com and fill in the questionnaire.
Okay, so these are the steps in the framework. And now, before we finish the video, just to wrap up, what's the general advice and mindset in terms of getting this clarity, in terms of explaining those things clearly? It seems like you have a lot of clarity. It feels like you're very transparent with communication, and you always have been that way. What are the general tips for people to get this clarity? How can they actually understand everything as clearly and present it and kind of put it out there, even though they already have the framework? How can they think about it?
So again, what's important is that you listen to your target audience. That's super important. And it's important that you erase all of these phrases, like these words that mean nothing, like customer-centric. Like, what does that even mean? Or we are like future-oriented. Like, what does that even mean? Like, it's like a nice-sounding word that has no real content.
Just like pouring water.
Exactly. So make it concrete. And you can do that by always adding that means after you say something, a statement. For example, hey Matt, we can help you to get more clarity. That's like a blah blah phrase. That means when you work with us, we will show you what you have to say precisely, so more of your potential customers turn into paying customers. Another example could be a gym coach, fitness coach. He says, we make your workout more efficient. That means instead of going 6 times a week to the gym for 3 hours, now you only have to go 2 times a week for 1 hour, and we will get the same results. So you see, we make your workout more efficient is like a blah blah phrase, but that means here's the concrete advantage, the concrete benefit that you have from that.
And I guess the last thing in terms of mindsets is spending some time on this, right? I guess a lot of people are just not spending time thinking about how to explain what I do.
Well, honestly, like the last advice that I can give is it's very, very difficult to do it for your own offer. Often, like for other offers, you can see it, but you're like an expert for your own offer. You think about this every day. You know so much about this. It's really hard to get the helicopter perspective, like the bird's eye view, and really look at this with a neutral, like through neutral glasses, and basically try to understand what's really important, what's really valuable, and what's the blah blah that I can leave out. So my recommendation is really to work with an agency or some kind of coach, somebody external who can get into this helicopter perspective and really look at it from bird's eye view and help you to understand your own offer better. So for example, we at Loft Film, we say that one of our claims is we explain your offer better than you ever could. And that's, I mean, first of all, because it's what we do every day, it's our job to make these explainer videos and explain the offer of companies. But secondly, also because we can take the step back and we can have the external point of view.
Got it. That's very useful information. What's the international website that people can visit if they want to check out?
It's loftfilm.com. And one thing that is interesting, on the loftfilm.com website, on the very top, there's a video. And this video is an explainer video that we made for us This video is exactly consisting of these 6 steps. So you see the step is to get the attention, to talk about the problem, show them the solution, build some trust, handle the objections, and also make a clear call to action. What should you do, why, and how? And this video made us more than $1 million in revenue since we made it. So it's only one single video that we made, and we achieved similar results with clients who got more than 1 million, more than 500,000, more than $200,000 in revenue with just one single video. And all of these videos consist of exactly these 6 steps. So it's kind of the magical formula to really pitch in a way that your clients are amazed and they're like, oh fuck, I really need this. I need this offer. It sounds amazing.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Let's then wrap it up. Thanks, Jonas. And I guess let's go for dinner. Now, if you want to create your own pitch, go to tribalmastermind.com/pitch. And on this page, you have all the steps written down in here. We have the whole checklist of all the points that we just mentioned in this interview. You can just click through this. You have all the examples, all the notes. You can just work together with this page and create your own pitch. That's tribalmastermind.com/pitch.